Okay, tutor, thanks for opening the door of your house for this space and in this day for to talk and for to learn and to know something about your work like a teacher. And so in the same way I learned something how to do that. Please, is present to the public. So, who are you and what do you do in Colombia?
My name is Alfredo Garcia. I've been teaching at the school of Santa Maria de La Paz for like a year and a half, give and take. It's been a very good to. It's been a very good experience. It's been very eye-opening. It's been very rewarding. It's been great so far.
Thanks, teachers. It's very important to know something about and then I start with my second question and is what do you think about the culture to come from your country to Colombia to teach here to work here? How do you start in?
It's been very hard, but it's been very eye-opening and very I would say let me use the correct it's been very it's been great, to be honest, because even though I haven't been here for too long, it's been a very how do I express this? It's been very
different, complicated.
It's been very different and very. I would say a culture shock.
In the culture of the education or the culture in general? Or in everything is the change to teach in this country?
It's been a culture shock, to be honest, because even though I was born here, I was born in Bogota. I didn't live here too long, so I was in the States for like 23 years. So when I came back to my hometown, it was very shocking because I didn't know.
You were very little when you got out, no?
I didn't know anybody. Even though my first language was Spanish, I've forgotten a lot of Spanish, so it was very hard in the beginning, but I've been able to adapt to the cultures of this country and what makes this country great, which is it's been great, to be honest, a great experience.
Thanks really for to be in this Spain and explained. So there's my next question. So what is the influence of culture in the process of the foreign language general process?
To me, what culture means to me. It's how do I say this? Because I get really nervous when I speak on grammar. It's very easy to speak to kids. It's culture. What it means to me, to answer your question, is to
likes to start again, something like that, or is very different to teach and to learn here with the country where you grew up.
Yes, I would say it's very different because the cultures are different. It's like the yin and yang of it's two different countries, two different cultures, two different ways of thinking. Because you got the American way of thinking, you got the Colombian way of thinking. So the Colombian culture, it's basically it's basically you got
But it's something similar, no? The model for the education, or it's
No.
completely different?
no because here this is a very religious country. It's very it's not secular. It's Colombia is a very basically a
Traditional with education? For the religion, something like that?
yeah, with it's very it's like 85% Catholic, to be honest. So it's not to me it's not a secular country like the U.S. So
But you think the religion have very influence for the education in countries like Latin American?
yes, uh, because parents here indoctrinate their kids to believe in 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 God. So as a teacher, I have to adapt to
That way for the education.
to make it seem as I gotta adapt to the way they to the way this country to the way this country applies values and that sort of thing to my teaching regimen, so I don't feel so the kids don't feel weird when they enter my classroom, and so I gotta adapt to the way to the way to the way this country and the way basically Colombian society uh, 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 to the way the Colombian society is able to um, to function. It's very different to the way the American society is, to be honest.
So, trying to understand more about the way you thinking, and you can teach and learn. How do you involve culture in the strategies you see in your English class? I wanna understand something you do this process for the education. How do you do in the real lives? How do you work with that?
Basically, I like to implement a very low stress environment for the kids, so that they're able to learn easily. Because
Okay.
if they're less stressed, they're able to be more relaxed, and they're able to learn quickly. Because they're not thinking about making mistakes when they try to speak English, or that sort of thing. And I try to put groups together so they could establish conversations with one another. So if they make mistakes, they're able to correct each other on whatever lesson I tell them to accomplish.
What is the first mistakes you look on or you see in your diary classroom? So with the word the culture, how do you influence that? For example, the Indian people, the black people, the Latin people, the different culture, the people. How do you do for to work with that different for to teach?
I try to find
Something similar?
because when you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with different ways of thinking, different cultures, different. Uh, th- there could be indigenous kids. There could be from different parts of town. Uh, so I try to
It's
find.
important to understand the different ways where was born, where grew up.
I try to find similarities. So
You try to find the similar things in between the kids to learn.
so they could be relaxed and they could be they could interact with each other because if I divide them and if they see a division within their their economic backgrounds or whatever, they're not gonna learn. Uh, they're gonna focus on on what's different about them. So I try to find.
To find the different.
I try to find a common ground, something that they're similar. They can relate to each other. So
What do you consider are the most important elements to success in second language learning? What do you think about that? The most important elements for to understand another language, in this case the English, what do you think is the more important? Motivation, maybe?
Motivation.
Or with what you start?
First, you gotta be motivated, like you said. Second, you gotta be willing to make mistakes and learn from them.
With what? With the support at home? With the family, the support? Or
no.
Do you have something like a list, or do you have a checklist or is different?
First of all, motivation is very important because if you're not motivated, you're not gonna want to do anything in life, not just learning the language.
That's true.
The second part I would have to say is the willingness to be willing to make mistakes and learn from them. Because if you don't if you try to be a perfectionist, you're not gonna learn.
So you have the strategies specific for the teaching, or you have some specific way to teach, or you are different ways in different school, in different space.
It depends on the individual, because some kids learn visually, some kids learn they have different ways of learning. So I gotta find I gotta get to know the kids and find what makes them tick, what motivates them, what makes them want to learn quickly, and so once I find that.
Okay, depend the situation and the different student for to learn.
It's on a case by case basis. So it's up to me to get to know each and every kid, so I could find ways to make them learn quickly.
The support at home maybe can be necessary. The family together for the work.
Parents are the key to learning. To be honest, because parents have to keep their kids motivated to
work and to understand more fast than
My job is to teach them in school, but a parent's job is to teach them at home. So
it's important to have a pure language knowledge, or
it's important, but
not obligatory.
It helps, but it's not the main key I focus on.
Okay. And is motivation in children important to learning a second language? that's the way where we're talking about for minutes. So the learning environment.
The learning environment is it's very important because if you have a very motivated if you have motivated kids, you're gonna have an excellent chance to succeed as a teacher, to be honest, because the kids are going to tell you that.
So for to finish, we can say it's important so to have motivated the people, the kids, and to have tools for to teach, to have very excellent attitude, good knowledge.
Yeah,
You the thing is
you gotta have motivation,
attitude,
a good.
a teamwork maybe.
You gotta have good parents, to be honest. Good
The
parents
first step.
that want to see you learn. So my job as a teacher, I gotta implement teaching strategies to help the kids learn. But as parents, you gotta
Okay, work together for the learners.
the parents have to how do I say this? Have to help me keep those kids motivated, so I could be even a better teacher. So
With the work I did part in the parents.
exactly.
Well, tutor, thank you for to find this way to learn what the people is working, hard working in this space. My name is Eduardo Mestre, so it was a pleasure to be together in this space.
Thank you.
In another time, we continue talking about this.
Thank you.
Good evening. Bye.